This is Dry Oasis. I'm your host. And as always, these are my two co-hosts, Kirby and Snorlax. Say hello, Kirby and Snorlax. Hi-yo. And as always, I hope that you've had a great day so far. And if not, I hope the rest of your day is better or tomorrow is better for you. And yeah, let's get... Ah, man, Ace Attorney Investigations Collection. Or... I'm just going to do the first game. Yeah. So here we are. And of course, I got these two games here. Dun, 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 ba, 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 da, dun, ba, ba, da. Ah, Capcom, you're on fire today. Chessy pieces. Ooh, new items locked in the gallery. I wonder what they are. Oh yeah, I am going to definitely do something because apparently there's some of this collection is missing like a few certain songs, so I'll play them as long as we go, but that's more of along the lines of when I get to Ace Attorney Investigations 2 because it's missing some interesting music. Actually, I don't know how I will do that yet, but it's going to be something else, alright? This song is great. Anyways, looking at the back of my place. Right? I'll be continuing on with episode 2, Turnabout Airlines. The opening. Little horsey PC. Episode 2, Turnabout Airlines. The murder that occurred in my office. Being held at gunpoint range. The return of the great thief Yatagarasu. Thinking back, everything began on that fateful day 2 days ago. Two days earlier. Blood. Miles, are you okay? What? Huh? Okay. That is a huge airline. Go you. Yes, everything began high up in the air. 9,000 feet in the air to be precise. Thank you for flying Go You Airlines. We are currently experiencing some slight turbulence. We are asking all passengers to please return to their seats and fasten their seatbelts. And there he is. Miles Edgeworth. That is the doornail. Well, that is an awkward way to sleep on the floor. In a jet airline. It's took inspiration from darn it, Crossroads from Cream. I forgot it. Alright. I never put that tab in, but here we are. March 12th, 6:13 a.m. Flight G 30 G30390 first floor lounge. Yeah, but no, I have me. I don't have good reading skills apparently, but let's see here. Yeah, so Jet Airliner by. Hey there, lovely Audrey. I'm doing good. By the way, if you're going to do what I think you're going to do, just consider what I might do as a little timeout thing. All business shall be on Discord, but I will check that out as soon as I can. Let's see here. Hey there, Lizzie Vegfrost. I'm currently doing good, and yeah, there's just me and Miles Edgeworth on the floor, and a lot of, I hope that's grape juice / wine. Me and my friends Kirby and Sir like say hello as well. Hiyo. So yeah, I'm going to see what I'm going to do next, and I was thinking about Jet Airliner by the Steve Miller Band, which took inspiration or its riff from Crossroads by Cream, and I don't know where that section was going. But I was thinking about another song by Flying on a Jet Airplane by Peter, Paul, and Mary or something like that. I can't think about any flying songs right now. It's been going good. And Kirby says hello back. Yeah, that's where I was. We better let Miles get off the floor eventually. Off of that awkward positioning. I don't want to get off the ground right now. I want to sleep through this playthrough. Oh, that was good. Why do I feel like I just woke up from a horrible nightmare? Well, I know what happens here. Well, with your backstory anyways, and why you don't like turbulence. But I thought you got over that nightmare. 6:13, huh? Guess I was out cold for about 10 minutes. Huh, slight turbulence indeed. Well, right now it's like 1:37 p.m. where I'm at, so you must be currently in somewhere in England, around that area. Or maybe earlier? I don't know. Ladies and gentlemen, we are currently experiencing some slight turbulence. For your safety, we ask that you return to your seats and fasten your seatbelts. I suppose turbulence is to be expected on a flight. Oh, why do I always go on these things if that's to be expected? Though admittedly, I'm less than comfortable with anything resembling earthquakes. Oh boy. So, basically, because of his past, Edgeworth just hates earthquakes. So yeah. Bad timing for him. I wonder why he goes on planes if he has to experience turbulence, which feel like earthquakes. I know that's part of his theme, but are there like people to help him out here? Or does he go alone on these scenes? What's this? A travel wallet? But it's not mine. What? Why did I have that on me? Why did someone else's travel wallet wind up in my pocket? Oh, my head. I want this headache go away. I'll take care of this travel wallet later. Or hand it off to an attendant. Ugh, from earthquake-like turbulence to an elevator. This has got to be my worst stay ever. I'm doing well, Best. But it looks like Edgeworth doesn't like his stay. Because he had to experience both turbulence and an elevator. Both signs of his past he doesn't really like. pointy pointy. I will have my fear against this elevator soon enough. I will deduce the logic behind this elevator. Elevator, open, I say. Why won't it open? Am I supposed to press something? But we aren't in court yet. What am I doing hesitating like this? Actually, I know full well why I hesitate. It was when I was still but a young child. When I was a young boy, my father took me to the courtroom to see a court battle. I was caught up in a murder that happened in an elevator and saw my father killed. But how long am I going to let my past haunt me? It's just an elevator. I'm a grown man now. I need to behave like one. I am a man. Oh. God's not another murder. Please don't let it be pinned on me. Please don't let it be pinned on me. Please don't let it be pinned on me. What the? What in the world happened? Is there something wrong, sir? I must ask that you please return to your seat. Eek! Please return to my seat. He's dead. Please calm down. We mustn't jump to conclusions without all the facts. What's wrong? Did something happen? You murderer! Well, no, you have it all wrong. It wasn't me. It wasn't me. Like that one Shaggy guy. I didn't do it, I swear. March 12th, 6:41 a.m. Flight G310, second floor, first class. Boy, that guy has a lot of grape juice on him. Oh, there's Miles in the back. Everyone, I am so sorry to interrupt, but I have an important announcement. I'm one of your flight attendants today, Rhoda Tenero. Well, I'm guessing she's going road to nowhere. We're off the road to nowhere. Hold on a moment. I'm pretty sure that's a Talking Heads song. Let me see here. Oh yeah, it is a road to nowhere. I forgot what that song sounds like. But I heard it. I forgot which movie it was that I heard it from, but it was really good. Ending song. Unfortunately, we just had a minor accident on this flight. An accident? Don't treat us like we're stupid. I got a glimpse of, and it was a murder. What? Murder? What's going on with this flight? Please calm down. There's no reason to panic. This flight will stay on course and make its scheduled landing. We are still currently in the middle of a rough patch of turbulence. Still, until we are out of this area of turbulence, I ask that you please remain seated. But someone was killed, right? I mean, what about the killer? Let me off! Please, there is no need to feel threatened. We have already apprehended the culprit. Hold on a moment. Well, I get Pikachu as a suspect here. Yeah. 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 We have a murderer, everyone. His name, Pikachu. Suspect, age 9. Very cute. Is in disguise as a magic carp. Don't feel threatened. He's just so darn cute. Discharged for just being too gosh darn cute. Now, Patros. I ask that everyone please remain calm. Just like that Pikachu right there. And Kirby. And Snorlax. Snorlax, how did you get... How didn't you feel that turbulence? That's right, he's always sleepy. What the heck is he talking about? Why should we remain calm? My name is Miles Edgeworth. I am a prosecutor, and I assure you that I am not the killer. Ha! Being a prosecutor doesn't make you incapable of murder, buddy. I mean, think about that Godo guy, or Manfred Van Karma. I mean, you already have been convicted once before. Now you listen here. I am not the killer. I simply found the body. Man, I'm so mad. My hands are like this. I can barely get up. Please let me out. Not a killer. Not a killer. Not a killer. Bad. Not killer. So you say, however, I'm sure that you are the perpetrator of this crime. That is a huge law book. Law. And what are these book heaps like? Chapter 17? 24? 39? That is a huge stake as well. I swear on my honor as a professional flight attendant. Oh, is that right? Then why did you handcuff me like this? I want to get out. I'm so mad. I know what I saw. And there's even very strong incriminating evidence to back me up. What kind of incriminating evidence is she talking about? We've already alerted the proper authorities at our destination. Till we land, you will remain in our custody by the powers vested in our captain. I'm very sorry, but please understand our situation. Your situation? I'm more concerned with mine and the direction it's going in. I mean, have you seen the prosecutors? I am not going to get charged with murder again. No siree. I'm not about to just sit idly by while I'm getting accused of murder again. Miss Tenero, is it? Can you please untie me? No. Pretty please? Well, you said pretty please, but I still will say no. Yes? Dang, that's an ice-cold stare if I've ever seen one. Well, taking that into account with Edgeworth, I was wondering if you might give me a chance. A chance to do what? A chance to plead my case. Here in this airship, 9,000 feet across above ground. And a chance to ask you what you meant by incriminating evidence just now. No. Oh wait, it's like this. Well, let me think about it. Nope. To accuse a passenger of such a grave crime without allowing him to give a proper defense. Can the professional flight attendant inside of you really call this action righteousness? Righteous. Okay, I'm going to still arrest you. Darn it. You have a point. Very well, I'll listen to what you have to say. But be wary of what you reveal. I'm afraid you'll only look even more suspicious if your explanation fails to satisfy. Satisfy. I forgot a song. Oh well. I also do not have the time to deal with you all day, so please make it quick. Of course, as you wish. Good. Very well then. Let's get started. Ha. Let's get it started in here. Let's get it started. Ha. Let's get it started in here. Let's get it started and ha. Let's get it started in here. Let's get it started. Ha. Let's get it started in here. What are you doing? I don't know anymore. I felt like going on a musical tangent. I know for a fact that I didn't kill that man in the elevator. And my father as well, but... What you don't know what I don't know is what sort of evidence she has up her sleeve. It's the Ace of Spades. Whoops, that's for another game. But I'm certain it doesn't fit with how the crime really occurred. This puzzle piece can't go anywhere. No, I can't find it. A circle does not belong in a cube. That doesn't make sense. A circle does not go in the square. What Miss Tanero saw. I swear to tell the whole truth as a professional flight attendant, and nothing but the truth. Unfortunately for you, Mr. Edgeworth, I am certain that you are the killer. Okay. And why is that? I don't know. I just felt like hooking you up and making it wholly fun. Darn, she has a good point. I guess I am guilty. The scene I saw in front of the elevator. It was you standing there, with fresh blood dripping off of the murder weapon. So if you would please cooperate, we'll turn you over just as soon as we land. That's it? That's her evidence? Oh, you gotta be kidding me. I don't think you could ask for a more perfect witness testimony. Wouldn't you agree, Mr. Edgeworth? Not really. It's hardly perfect when there's a gaping hole in it. I mean, she's not Miss Von Karma, that's for sure. Ew. Don't really care. Don't really care. Don't really care. Fresh blood dripping off the murder weapon. Speaking of which, let's see here. Oh, yours? Miss Gennaro, what is with the yelling all of a sudden? Arg, whoops, force of habit. Well, it doesn't matter. Miss Gennaro, you say you saw the murder weapon dripping with blood. Is that correct? Yes, all that blood. Drip, 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 drip. Drip, 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 drip. And also, Mr. Edgeworth, you got drip as well. What? Oh, never mind. Just recalling that scene sends a chill down my spine. Sorry, but your so-called professional flight attendant training has failed you. Oh! As they boogie down to this song. Oh, that bass. Mr. Edgeworth, what are you doing? Oh, just booking down while I'm still in tights. I mean, put on, you know what I mean. What? I'd like to direct your attention to this. Do you know what this is? It's a travel wallet, right? But it looks a little big and bulky. The thing you saw me holding when I discovered the dead body in the elevator. Was this very travel wallet, Miss Tenero? What? Impossible! Now then, do you still think I'm the killer? that I killed him with a travel wallet? But I saw blood dripping from the wallet. I know I did. Hold on. Well, take a sneeze. As you can see, this wallet is clearly stained. But if you would be so kind as to take a whiff. Ah, gosh darn it, it's grape juice. I think you'd only agree it's just only grape juice. Sure, buddy. Grape juice. Not wine, obviously. We can't see wine in this gosh darn world. Ah, then. That's right. You mistook away grape juice for blood. Simple mistake, really. The murder weapon dripping with blood does not, in fact, exist. No! Well, that guy still died anyways, but no! There. That should clear up that pesky accusation. Hold it! Just wait a second. That is... I mean, even a wallet could be deadly if it was wrapped around something heavy. I demand you show me what's inside, please. She's trembling, and the tacked on please at the end. Sounds like I've got her. There's no need to look inside. Even you can tell from its appearance that it's light. No, I can't be sure of anything until I see the contents of that wallet for myself. Ah, she's a persistent one. I suppose we have no choice but to see what's inside. Mr. Nero, if you would be so kind as to open the wallet and check its contents for me, I'm kind of blinded by the moment. Alright, I usually don't pry into passengers' belongings, but we have no choice here. Ew. Another KK, and that would have been horrible. It seems that this passport is all that's in here. As you saw, there's nothing but a passport inside. This renders your wallet was a murder weapon argument moot. Wouldn't you agree? Please hear me out, Mr. Edgeworth. What is it now? Well, I was wondering, whose passport is this anyways? Can I take a look? It's in a book, why not? I'm rather curious myself. This is... just as I thought. Republic of Virginia passport. Type... what the A is type B? Ew. B Hicks. B Hicks. Republic of Virginia. Gosh darn it, I thought I would never hear that word again. Virginia. Everything happens in Virginia for a reason. Sex meal. B Hicks. Well, B Hicks. Can't really think about anything here. This travel wallet belonged to Mr. Ackby Hicks, which makes it the victim's property. You stole the victim's wallet, didn't you? How dare you? You said it yourself. You claimed to be holding this wallet in your hands when I found you. Perhaps I did misconstrue the wallet for the murder weapon, but it seems that I wasn't wrong about who the culprit is. Mr. Nero's logic. As you claimed, the murder weapon is not the travel wallet. However, it is something that you stole from Mr. Hicks after you were done with the vile deed. I find it hard to believe myself, but your motive was very simple. You were out to steal Mr. Hicks's money, weren't you? So even though I didn't have the murder weapon on me, you still suspect me, I see. You showed up at the crime scene with the victim's wallet in your hands. How can I turn a blind eye and not suspect you of foul play? That's true. Well, I had it on me, but that's beside the point. What's the motive again? There's something very wrong with this picture. I don't even know what it is. I wonder if I might get a word in, Miss Tenero. What is it now? Can you just be a culprit for one day? Ha ha ha, no. Miss Tenero, I wonder if you noticed the contradiction within your own testimony. What are you talking about? It's simply impossible that the motive for this murder was monetary theft. One glance at the crime scene should have told you that. All the money on the floor, duh. If I may direct your attention to the things strewn all over the floor. Ah! That's right. The floor is covered in bills and coinage. By your rationale, these were the very things the killer was after. Well, maybe they dropped on the floor after you tuckered him in. Out. You know what I mean. They just dropped automatically. You just didn't have time during the turbulence. Oh, okay. Fine, you got me. Yay! Ah! I think we can assume that the wallet fell during the victim's struggle with his killer. Now, I would think that the killer would have noticed something like money scattering everywhere. Furthermore, as you can see, there was no effort made by the killer to gather the money. But the wallet! Ah, yes, the wallet. You will also recall that the only thing in it was Mr. Hicks's passports. Ah. If you're really insisting that it was a crime based on greed, then you're claiming it was all for an empty travel wallet. Forgive me, please. Nope. Hey, what the heck? Are you saying that the attendant's wrong? So that guy isn't the killer? Ha! Don't believe it, everyone. It's a trick. Will you all please be quiet? Oh, well, one of you, please be quiet. Please be quiet. Please be quiet. Miss Tenero. Yes? You lost your cool when you saw the dead body. Plus, the lounge was dark, and looking into the light from the elevator, it's easy to see how you mistook the wallet in my hand for the murder weapon. I take no offense that you thought I was the killer. Mr. Edgeworth. Thank you for releasing me. 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 Christ, now I'm thinking about that Spyro game and all the people that are saying, thank you for releasing me. Thank you for releasing me. Thank you for releasing me anyways. I am not even going to understand that. What is it now? I am not going to... You know what? I'm just going to do this. Mr. Nero, if you could please translate, I'd be much obliged. It sounds like Virginian, but I don't understand any of it. There's another attendant on this flight who... I said he is giving the runabouts. I get the runabout. I need to take you out and out. It's time to turn your way. I forgot the rest of this, so I am speaking like this clearly. I don't require an interpreter. I speak English just well. See? You, the attendant. Yes, sir? I want this person to be under the arrest until we arrive at the airport. I'm sorry, sir, but what exactly are you hoping for? What is it you want? I've finished talking to the likes of you. Please, I would like to hear why you would like me to be held under arrest until we land. Oh, you! How dare you try to waste my time? You were the one who struck your nose into my affairs. I wanted to spend even at least one more second with my precious art. I have no time for other things. I know what you are. I see through you. Insolvent. Yes, I'm pretty sure that's how you say it in English. Well, I should hope I'm not monetarily bankrupt, but I don't think that's what you meant. I'm sorry, but I don't think I caught your name. I am Zinc LeBlanc too. I'm a very wealthy man in the Virginia. But I am not an ordinary rich man. I am an art dealer, a rich seller of beauty. Mr. LeBlanc, what did you just mean by now? Pardon? When you said that Mr. Edgeworth was giving me the runabout? I have to explain? Thank you for the follow, K. Yadon. I don't know how to pronounce that name, but thank you for the follow anyways, for this channel. I do not even have a second to waste. Time is money, as they say. Yes, and yet you continued to blather on. Yes, I did. I saw the victim go on to the elevator, going down to the lounge. License to laugh, love, maim, and murder. Oh, that was a good movie. With James Franco. It was exactly 6 o'clock. And what's the significance of that time? At 6, he says. Wait, you saw him at 6? Ah, what's the matter, Mr. Edgeworth? He understands, I see. Miss Attendant, what time did you discover the body? Well, it was a little after that patch of turbulence, so I would say around 6:15. Ah! Hicks, his name, was it? And then I said that man Hicks was killed in the 15-minute time span. And the only person in the lounge at that time was his prosecutor, yes? Bazinga, I shoot you now. Yeah, I was in my seat the whole time. Me too. I was watching the movie and enjoying a fine glass of grape juice. I was still eating, so I haven't finished, see? Nom nom. This is a big, huge thing of steak. The other passengers have an alibi, so you have no problem with them, I suppose. No compliance, I see. Not a single word against this, right? I have no way of discounting what you have put forth at this point, but it wasn't me. Like that Shaggy guy. Oh, so you say. But do you say the evidence? Mr. Edgeworth, are you really the culprit after all? Mr. LeBlanc, I suppose you are quite certain in what you saw, enough to give testimony? Of course, I was looking at the man the whole time. He was playing with that little, small machine the whole time. Machine? Yes, that's what you people call it in English, yes? It was making me crazy with a click, click, click. From that description, it sounds like some sort of small computer. I believe what Mr. LeBlanc is talking about is a cell phone. I have to say that I did see him playing with it quite a bit myself, even on this plane. A simple cell phone. A laptop or an organizer I can see, but that's kind of low budget. I hate that noisy little machine in his hand. Not a fragment of beauty. All it produces is ugly sounds. Like click, click, click. Anyway, I know what I saw in this year 20 2016 or 2018. It was one of those clicky phones. Not an iPhone, I say. Miss De Niro. Yes? I was wondering if I might be granted permission to examine the crime scene. What? You want to examine the crime scene? If you would grant me a little measure of time, I'm sure I can produce a real culprit. I don't like the sound of that. Fox in the duck pen. Yes, that's how I think, how you say it in English. It's Fox guarding the henhouse. I believe my innocence was proven earlier. And if I'm given the chance, I can clear up all the remaining doubts. Miss De Niro, if you wait until we arrive, there is a good chance that some evidence will have been destroyed by then. I understand. Let me see what the captain has to say. This should not be approved. Please, Mr. LeBlanc, in an emergency, all decisions are to be made by the captain alone. Now, please wait here until I go ask the captain what to do. I'll be right back. I'm jogging. You are not planning to erase evidence when you are doing your investigation, yes? Of course not. We will see. Mr. Edgeworth, you have the captain's permission to investigate the crime scene. What? Unbelievable. I'm in your debt, Miss De Niro. However, there is one condition. I am to supervise you. Can you agree to that? Of course, I see no problem with that stipulation. It's only natural that I'm still a suspect in this case. Grrr. I take full responsibility and will watch Mr. Edgeworth's every move. He makes every breath he takes. I'll be watching him. I hope this is a reassurance enough that there will be no foul play. Now then, Mr. Edgeworth, shall we proceed? If you need my help with anything, feel free to use the X button to talk. It's time to head to the scene of the crime, the first floor lounge. Whoa. I swear this is a bit of turbulence. I'm sorry. This is awkward. Who are you, sleepyhead? Excuse me, but may I have a word with you? I need to wake up here. You there. If you need something, please ask Miss Rhoda over there, okay? I'm sleepy. What the? Hey, wake up, you! I'm terribly sorry that she's being so rude, Mr. Edgeworth. No need for you to apologize. I just find it hard to believe she's asleep on the job. If I were her boss, I'd see that her salary was so low that it was in the red. Like I do with Mr. Detective. This guy is in a mood. This guy's in a mood. And that guy's in a mood. March 12th, 7:26 a.m. Flight G390, first floor lounge. I want to thank you for your help back there, Miss De Niro. That was nothing. You should thank the captain for granting you permission. Just so everything is perfectly clear, I still don't trust you. Your standing with me hasn't changed one iota of sense. I see. I will bear that in mind. I received an order from the captain earlier. I wanted you to know that we reserve the right to stop your investigation if we feel you are not making progress. And when we do, he asks that you please return to your seat at the time. So my time runs out at his and his crew's discretion, does it? I have to find a way to discredit Mr. LeBlanc's testimony before time's up. I understand. By the way, is there any place that you can think of where the killer might be hide on board? I don't think so. After every first class passenger was accounted for at his or her seats, we made a thorough search of the plane. As for business and economy class, no one can move between those two classes in first class without a staff keycard. And we found no record of a keycard being used at all. Which means that I have a first-class killer on my hands. Ooh, classy. At least I know that much for sure. And one other thing. No one else has been allowed near this crime scene since the murder was discovered earlier, either. Now then, let's get started. But where should we start from? Let's start with Mr. LeBlanc's statements. The crime occurred between 6 a.m. and 6:15 a.m. During that interval, the only person in the lounge was myself, which would make me the prime suspect. However, since I did not kill Mr. Hicks, it means that the killer was around somewhere. If we are to believe what you say is true, then yes. The first order of business will be to gather information to win your trust. What is that, a crowbar? What or who is this? This is a bronze statue of the founder of GoU Airlines, Mr. Hugo Hughes. The one on the left is when he was in his 40s, and the other is of him in his 80s. He's nearly the same. Did the man age it all over those 4 decades? Maybe I need to squint more. No, I can't see anything at the ordinary here. See how huge and big this place is. It's incredible for a jet airliner. Even on a jet plane, I think it was. I can't think about any other cloudy songs. Going down. What floors does this elevator service? Only the first and second, although it can also go down to the cargo hold. However, that requires a flight crew key card. So the only floors accessible to passengers are the first and second, huh? I won't rest until I've suspected every suspicious nook, and cranny. What is this sinister-looking figure on the floor here? Oh, that's a piggy bank from our company mascot, Captain Hugo. This is one of the many pieces of merchandise we sell at our in-flight shop. This bank is limited edition, and is so popular that we're down to our last one. You have an in-flight shop? Yes, it's just beyond the lounge to the right. The shutter to the store is closed at the moment, but it was open the whole flight up until Mr. Hicks's body was discovered. There's blood on here. Could this have been the murder weapon? I wonder what was hanging off this lanyard. Something's missing from this picture. If I could just put my finger on it. Hmm? There's something sticking out of his pocket. Hope he won't mind if I take a look of what's inside. Hmm? It's a picture. But it looks like it was taken inside a building somewhere. I doubt anyone was expecting to find a dead body in an elevator on this flight. Least of all me. So, Mr. Hicks, he's really dead? Yes. She's trembling, although I can't fault her for that when there's this corpse right there. Mr. Hicks, if you're really dead, then please answer yes. She's over the trembling now, although a new symptom seems to have appeared. Anyways, I should focus on the victim's body. Let's see. There's blood on the back of Mr. Hicks's head. Could this have been the cause of death? He appears to have been struck very hard. Even his glasses are broken. There's nothing new. What's this over here? Maybe? A pity that a bronze statue knows not when to... A pity that a bronze statue knows not when good drink has been spilt at its feet. This is the statue of our founder, Mr. Grape Juice guy. He really likes his grape juice. I'm sure he would have been thrilled if he knew so much grape juice was here at his feet. Is that a hint of hero worshipping I detect? Probably he was a drunkard. You. The in-flight shop is just beyond these shutters. But we don't have permission to open them, so I'm afraid I must leave them closed. There must still be clues to be found here in this lounge. Must remain ever vigilant. Oh, thanks. Maybe here? True, there wasn't anyone else in the lounge other than myself before the turbulence. What if the killer was in the elevator along with the victim? Then that's a different story. A statue with blood on it lying next to the body of a man who was beaten to death. Oh, Mr. Edgeworth, I think I figured something out. Yes? What is it? The way the blood is on this, it looks like it matches up with the wound on his head. Well, aren't we deserving of Master of the Obvious title? Thank you, Captain Obvious. No problem. Well, what do you think, Mr. Edgeworth? Don't you think that's worth investigating? It would appear that this figurine is our murder weapon. Oh, I just knew it. I can't think of any other connection. Perhaps Master of the Oblivious would be more befitting. Oh, dang! Huh? That's awesome. There's some spilled grape juice in front of the elevator. I could have sworn I've already been here. I assume it was spilled during the turbulence. Oh, I must clean that up or someone might get hurt. Aha! Huh? What is it, Mr. Edgeworth? Found some very important evidence. What is important evidence? What is it? There is a little They're a little smudged, but I think both can agree that they're a set of footprints. So you think? Yes, these belong to our killer. Oh, then maybe we should check the shoe sizes of everyone in first class. I don't think that will be any help to us. Unfortunately, these prints are too smudged, which will make it hard to get a definitive match. Oh, I see. I have it. Huh? I'm sorry, but I don't understand, Mr. Edgeworth. I can prove that someone other than myself was here around the time of the murder. Huh? What? Really? Yes, it's rather simple, actually. The proof is in the pudding, or rather the grape juice in this case. These footprints here confess to me this very fact, that someone exited the elevator alive. Seeing how the victim is dead, that would mean it's second person. But couldn't the footprints be from Mr. Hicks himself? But if you take a look at our victim's shoes, you can see the soles are spotless. Which means Mr. Hicks wasn't alone in the elevator. In fact, it's quite the opposite. There was actually one other person inside the elevator. Grape juice footprints spilt during the turbulence. Looks like footprints in something being dragged. If only we could go over here. Should I go back up here? Maybe I need to talk. Mr. Nero, I'd like to ask you about investigating the lounge. As long as you have the captain's permission, can't stop you from looking around. If you could pass the message along, tell him I'm grateful for his spirit of cooperation. I will. However, please realize that you are still under suspicion. To be honest, I still have my doubts about you. Of course, and I take no offense. Do you really understand what I'm saying? Yes, verily. Do you pinky swear you do? On your honor as a professional prosecutor? Yes, I do. I pinky swear that I do, on my honor as a professional prosecutor. Well, I guess that settles that. I feel my honor as a man slowly diminishing. I was wondering if you noticed anything, Miss Nero. Yes, I can't help but notice the sad atmosphere in here. Yes, it is a rather tragic crime. I'll say robbing the poor man after bludgeoning him to death. Talk about rubbing in the salt. I believe I mentioned this earlier, but no money was stolen from Mr. Hicks. Oh yes, you did. Sorry for the accusation. But I still insist that there's something off or missing from when he was at his seat. Oh? Something is missing? I can't forgive someone who would do this to a passenger of mine. I swear as a professional flight attendant that I will capture the culprit with my own hands. And I promise as a prosecutor to solve this case with logic and deduction. Should go over all the leads I've collected so far one more time. The key to solving this lies at the intersection of my logic and the evidence. If these footprints do in fact belong to the culprit, then I would say that it was very careless to leave them. If I was a killer, I swear that as a professional killer, I'd never leave footprints behind. It's all well and good, but I'm afraid it's of little use in our pursuit of the killer. I feel like I'm still missing a link or two. Even if you show that to me, I still can't online. There's some blood on one of the corners. Could this piggy bank be the murder weapon? I suppose this is where you insert your coins. I have to say, for a piggy bank, it's made rather well. So well, in fact, that I'm not sure if there is a way to take your money out. Oh, that's just a ripoff. We did see the password and all. I believe there's something else. Money is strewn all over the floor of this elevator. I guess it was all in Mr. Hicks's wallet at some point. This crime scene completely contradicts this piece of evidence. I'm sorry, but where? I see the truth here in my eye. I'm alright. Yeah, I see. Eureka! The crime scene completely contradicts the piece of evidence. I see now. Mr. Hicks's machine is nowhere to be found. His machine? His cell phone, Miss Tenero. So I guess because it's not here. Yes, I think we can safely deduce that the killer took it. Missing cell phone. That is a flip phone, not an iPhone. We are definitely in 2016. The victim supposedly had one, but it has gone missing. Did the killer take it? Investigation complete. Yay, health is back. What's going on over there? Unforgivable! This is unforgivable! Do you understand what I'm saying? The movie is late. It's the same level of bad as if the plane arrived late. But the movie... What? I will not talk to anyone anymore. You're just wasting my time. What is the matter, Mr. LeBlanc? If there is no emergency, please return to your seat, sir. Do not tell me what to do. I do not need to sit down. Well, Mr. Prosecutor, do you prove you're innocent yet? If you would like, I would prove my innocence to you right now. What? Nonsense! 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 Are you saying my eyewitness testimony is mistaken? Not mistaken, merely that there is room for doubt. I'd be most honored if you could please tell me what you saw in detail once more. Fine, shoot yourself, and I will shoot at you while we go for a 6-minute break or so. I am very tired myself. It is like, oof, I'm very mad. Very, very mad at what I saw. But I'm going to take a little break for a little while. Yeah. Whew. All right. Gonna drink up some water. Actually, I'm going to say like probably like 10 minutes or so. I do need to take care of other things as well. Yep, yep, yep. Yeah. I don't know why I don't do this as well. Oh, and I forgot to almost do this. Yeah, hold on a moment. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, got it. By the way, what are those bullet holes? I mean, oh, it looks like a flower design. Really weird flower design, if you ask me. Oh, thank you for the follow, Dervils Gaming. Yeah. 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 Thank you, Brian Wilton, for the gift sub for Miss L22XO. Nice. Woohoo. E for gift sub. Yeah. Good. I'll be right back. Maybe 20 minutes or so. Sorry for this, but I'll be right back. Oh, and just probably they don't appear on my screen, or else it would be very off. Whoops, I almost forgot about this. Give it the sub again. Sorry there, my little Pikachu friend. Yeah. You fell on the floor. I can now allow you to that. All right. Excuse me. Sure have the water bottle around here somewhere. Yeah, there we are. All right. Let's go back to where we began. Of what you saw. I am certain I saw Mr. Hickson enter that elevator. It was one the needles on my pocket watch pointed to the 6 and the 12. The body was discovered 15 minutes after and that's in the lounge, yes? Then you, the only person in the lounge at that time, must be the criminal. Mr. LeBlanc's conclusion seemed to make logical sense. After all, the only person in the lounge at the supposed time of the murder was me. So, my eyewitness testimony. If you can destroy it, then come, let me see. Oh wait, do I look like a man who is having the time to wait for you? I'm at to shoot up. Bang, bang. Why is he so irritated? I'm the one accused of murder here. Anyway, I must find a way to discredit Mr. LeBlanc's account somehow and fast. In order to make him do this. Blah blah. Hold it! That is the most mistaken way of thinking I've ever heard of. Hold it! No, your silly opinion is what is mistaken. Please calm down, the both of you. And since you are both mistaken... Well, if that isn't the most... calling the kettle black, then I don't know what is. Alright, I have to press in for more information. Mr. LeBlanc, were you able to get a good look at the inside of the elevator at that time? Of course I saw what was inside. And you are sure that the victim was in the elevator alone? Yes, the only person inside was that Mr. Hicksman. That love soapers is a bit too important to let go. The only person inside was that Mr. Hicksman. And hello, Isabella Clark, 97, for the chicken. Mr. LeBlanc, what is it? There is a very glaring contradiction in your testimony. What do you mean? Please take a look in the area in front of the elevator. There at the spilled grape juice. Yes, and? Well, you admit you also spilled it with the blood? And hello, Isabella Clark. No, it spilled itself during the turbulence. Whoa there! We do not use those words in this chat thread, and... that stinks. But watch out for that word, Watch out for that word. I know what you mean, but... Whoa there. Don't forget that this is Twitch here. You can probably do that. I don't know what your situation is out on your personal life, but watch out for using that word in the Twitch chat. Otherwise, you're kind of good. Footprints? Yes, the one that lead from within the elevator out into the lounge itself. It's evidence that proves that someone other than Mr. Hicks exited the elevator alive. What? They went down? Oomph. Ew. 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 There must have been another person in the elevator with Mr. Hicks. Now then, I'm done playing games. Why don't you tell us the truth? Can you please translate for us? No way, that's totally impossible. I guess, is that what he's saying? No way, that is totally impossible. I know there was no other person in there. I saw it with my own eyes. If you know what I think, Mr. Edgeworth, I don't think Mr. LeBlanc is lying to us. I suppose she's right. He doesn't seem to be lying. But then what does this mean? What about this contradiction? Mr. LeBlanc, please, once more, will you recall the details of what you witnessed for me? I'm sweating. I'm a bad sweaty man. Ooh, ouch. What I saw, part 2. I was very upset when Mr. Hicks passed by my seat. I was always checking the time over and over again. I happened to follow that man with my eyes when he passed me. I saw clearly into the elevator he was entering. But I swear there was no one else inside. No one. Mr. LeBlanc, if you would please calm down. What? Do you two have an issue with my eyewitness testimony? Would you please calm down? Please calm down. Please calm down. No, not at all. Please forget I said anything. And again, he doesn't appear to be lying. But I can't let this testimony stand as the truth. And that stinks that you're facing some issues right now. And you can't sub. Well, at least I got another sub in today. Yay. Why were you upset? So, are you still upset now? I am always upset. I do not. The only time I am not is when I have a piece of my art in my hands. It's surprisingly easy to believe that about him. But I was even more upset when Mr. Hicks walked by me. Why were you checking the time? Why were you so attentive to the time? Because something unforgivable was happening. Come to think of it, you were yelling about something unforgivable earlier. I was giving a complaint to the attendant about the movie starting time. Return back to me my time in money. You understand the points. Movie. Is he talking about the in-flight one that's mentioned in the magazine? A summary of the plot and its start time. Interesting. They were supposed to show License to Love, Laugh, Maim, and Murder. Loving never could, good, know how. So why am I laughing now? Hey, now I screwed up that one. Living, laughing, loving, crying, dying, or something like that. I don't know, I love that song. Thank you to Holdovers and Credits for making that song really good. I don't know why it's a good end credits song, but it's really good. Speaking of the Holdovers, I need to watch that eventually during Christmas time. I missed out on that, but it got nominated for the Oscars, and Paul Giamatti, I heard, was really good in that movie. That guy is such underrated as an actor. Paul Giamatti for the win, any day. Anyways, I cannot see that movie in my country. You can only see it on international flights. I look forward greatly to that movie. I checked my pocket watch whenever possible so I would not miss it. I even set my pocket watch to the destination time when I came on board. So my watch is not wrong, and matched the schedule. But the movie was still late. Very, very late. Your pocket watch. I'd like to ask you a little more about that if that's alright. The movie I would not see would not start, so I checked my pocket watch many times. So this movie you mentioned, is it the one listed in the Sky magazine? Yes. I was so looking forward to watching License to Love, Laugh, Maim, and Murder. Mr. Nero, was this movie shown on this flight? Yes, it was shown at the scheduled time. Isn't it possible that you simply slept through it by accident? Nonsense, you doubt me? Or I have said shoot at you. No, stop pointing it at me like that. Odd, how did he miss a movie that was clearly hoping to see? I checked my pocket watch a great number of times, that much I know for sure. My watch is set to the destination's time. I always set it when I board the plane. Ah, I see. Destination and departure. Mr. LeBlanc, you said this just now in your testimony. I even set my pocket watch to the destination time when I came on board. Now, if your watch has been set to our destination's time zone, it would mean that your watch is displaying the time of our destination. Yes, and the correct time is worth its 6 cents. I would like you to take a look at this. If you believe this Sky magazine, clocks on this flight run in accordance with the time of our departure time zone. Of course, the movie was also created with that in mind. Mr. Nero, for confirmation's sake, what time zone is this flight aligned to right now? Well, we made a short stop at a transfer point. That's right. It was in that small Asian country, the Republic of Singfa. I hope we never have to hear more of that place again. But we didn't adjust on our onboard clocks at that time. So right now we are still running on Virginian time. What? The time difference between Virginia and our destination is 9 hours. In that case, it's only natural that your watch would be out of sync with the schedule. What? Further, if your analog watch set to our destination's time, it would appear to be running 3 hours fast when compared to the flight's onboard clocks. It also changes everything about your testimony, and you can bet 1,000,000 cents on that. In light of this information, it means that you saw Mr. Hicks 3 hours prior at 3 a.m. Ugh! Ugh! My 1,000,000 cents! And he's dead. This should clear up all the remaining accusations. So this basically widens the time frame for the time of death, right? Yes, because Mr. LeBlanc saw the victim enter the elevator at 3 a.m. It means that the time of death could be anywhere between from 3 to 6:15 a.m. The question now is, where was Mr. Hicks during that span of time, and what was he doing? I've got something I would like to say. And you are? Yeah, oh. Whoa. Whoa. First off, those weary eyes. And that mascot thingy. Yeah, that's the only thing we'll remember of her. Oh, I'm Kemi Mia. I'm a flight attendant. And what is it you wish to say? Well, I think your story is a little different from how I remember it. I mean, I was pretty asleep at the whole time, but sure. What do you mean, Cammy? I saw Mr. Hicks sitting in his seat at 5 a.m., you know. What? How can you be so sure at the time? Oh, that's right. He pushed his call button while we were parked at the transfer points. At the stop we made for refueling and cargo transfer in Xingfa, correct? Yes, it was from 4 to 5 a.m. according to our clocks. And during that time, did any of the passengers leave, or did any new ones board this flight? No. Not a single person got off or on in Xingfa. What about the flight crew? The few who were handling the cargo might have temporarily gotten off or on or off. But eventually, everyone, including Cammy and myself, came back on the plane. So basically, I can assume that no one left or got on since our initial takeoff. Interesting. I should keep that in mind. The refueling points. Yeah, and answered his call. I can tell you, Mr. Ekby Hicks was there in his seat when we took off again at 5 a.m. Alright, then that puts the time of the murder between 5 and 6:15 a.m. Okay, so what time did you come down to the lounge, Mr. Edgeworth? I remember coming down here almost as soon as we left the Republic of Xingfa. Ah! You were the whole time from 5, yes? Then you were the only one who could be the killer. Mr. Edgeworth, were you really here in this lounge the entire time from 5 a.m. onwards? Unfortunately, yes. But then how do we explain the footprints? Is it not the obvious? This man waited for Mr. Hicks in this lounge, waited to kill him. Then he put the corpse into the elevator. That is when the turbulence happened. My eyewitness testimony may have been mistaken. But what time I saw Mr. Hicks enter the elevator on the second floor does not matter. Because the entire incident concluded here in this lounge. Everything happened in this lounge? Is that what you really believe, Mr. LeBlanc? What, do you have another idea? I simply feel like there's something out of place in the scenario you presented. Other than this lounge. Maybe that. These footprints. Which direction do you think these are headed? That would be the in-flight shop. Correct. They are headed in the direction of the shop. But they are disconnected. The end all of this sudden. You're right to point out they do not form one continuous trail to the shop. However, there is another piece of evidence that connects the shop to our crime scene. The murder weapon. This little piggy bank is sold at the in-flight shop. It is there and only there and not displayed here in this lounge. Now, how then? Did it find its way here? Don't you find that a tiny bit suspicious? Such a trivial point. It only means that you prepared it, taking it from the shop first before coming here. It doesn't prove you are innocent at all. Is there no way to win with this man? Hold it. If I may. What is it? You see. Well, it's just as Mr. Edgeworth says. Oh, and why do you know this so well? Well, it's just that piggy bank was there in the shop. I saw it with my own eyes. And when was this? It was maybe around 5:40 a.m.? Isn't that just before we hit that patch of turbulence? That's right. You were in the shop just before the turbulence? Yes, I was. Come to think of it. Mr. Nero, when I found the body, I believe you came out of that door. Yes, I did. And what is beyond that door? That's the flight attendant's room. Then, you were on the first floor? Yes. I had to do something at the shop and then the flight attendant's room. So I went to the shop first, then to the flight attendant's room. Are you saying you passed by me at some point? Yes, you seemed really into the issue of Sky magazine you were reading at the time. I don't suppose you noticed me walking by. I vaguely recall someone walking by, but I didn't take notice of who it was. Anyway, a piggy bank was definitely there at the shop when I went there. Why did you go to the shop in the first place? I went there for a work-related matter. Work, you say? Yes, the upkeep at the shop is also one of my responsibilities. Why did you not say anything about that? No. Why did you not say anything about that until now is what I want to know. In any case, I believe it's clear that the shop needs to be investigated as well. Shall we head over there then? Hold it. What is it now? Aren't you forgetting something, Miss Rhoda? Don't you need the captain's permission to check the shop? No, I haven't forgotten. But I have already asked him for permission to search the entire plane. So I think we're all right. Huh? That's weird. What is? Well, I just talked to the captain, see? And he said that he didn't give you permission to do anything like that at all. What is the meaning of this, Miss Gennaro? It means she's lying. Go on, admit that you are. He said that you had permission to search all over, but you don't. And yet here you are. You, flight attendant, what are you trying to do? Pull the sheep over us? The captain's calling for you, Miss Rhoda. Oh, but don't worry. I already got permission to search the shop from the captain. See, unlike you, I do things the right way. Miss De Niro, why would you do such a thing? Please excuse me. Looks like I get to be in charge now. Whoop-de-doo. Please go back to your seat, Mr. LeBlanc. Now then, Mr. Edgeworth, if you would follow me, I'll be your guide from now on. There's something about Miss De Niro that has piqued my curiosity. But right now, investigating the in-flight shop is my top priority. Are you coming or what? Miss Meal, about investigating the in-flight shop. You're of no use to me asleep. Wake up. Huh? What's up? I need you to come with me so I can search the shop. Go on in without me, Yuan. I'll catch up with you later. Oh, has this woman not been fired yet? Maybe she's cute while she's sleeping, but whatever. Yeah. This is so weird. Ah. March 12th, 8:32 a.m. Flight G390, first floor, in-flight shop. So this is the in-flight shop. It's quite a mess in here. You think? Guess I'll have to clean things up then, tee-hee. Hold on! You can't clean up a potential crime scene. Oh, thank goodness. I'm cleaning so much. Mustn't rush things here. Must remain cool, calm, and collected. Because this piggy bank was left at the crime scene. There's a very good chance that the killer had paid this place a visit. There was a wide selection of souvenirs for sale in these display cases. You know what I'd suggest? Sorry, but I have no intention of buying souvenirs on this trip. Okay, then how about you buy something for me then? That was a present. I can't think of a single reason why I'd want to buy you anything. But I've had my eyes on the pendant for such a long time. Try paying some attention to me when I ask you something, and then we'll talk. The glass from this display case's door is shattered all over the floor. And it looks like there's nothing on display inside either. Wait, actually, I think there's something. What's this? A mini captain's hat. What are these? Oh, those are our company's completely original line of suitcases. They're practically flying out of the door. That's how popular they are. You should buy one and see how you like it. You won't regret it. Perhaps that's how things work on this flight, but in the real world, you try, then buy. No way, but either way, it really doesn't matter. True. Either way, why would anyone buy a suitcase after they've boarded the plane? Anyway, see that? Just look at all the Captain Hugo heads pinned on their cute company mascot, isn't he? They're pinning on with a lot of care. Doesn't he look like he's about to jump out at you? It is certainly making something jump inside of my stomach. Huh? Oh, I guess there's no fooling your refined taste. It looks like you really wanted to get one. And I thought I was going to finally make my first sale, but you saw it just right through it. That's done though. Never make me try to give you a sales pitch ever again, okay? But I never showed any interest to begin with. It is really pretty horrible, isn't it? You want to know something? The suitcase was designed by Miss Rhoda. Miss Gennaro designed this? Yeah, it was a company-wide contest. Well, it does have a very sharp design sense. Haha, sharp? Like stinky sharp cheddar, maybe. Oh, that burn. I really have no idea why the bigwigs decided to go with it. It's so blah. Miss Gennaro designed this, did she? It's definitely not what I would have expected. Ah! You okay? It's fine. Please watch yourself. Watch yourself, Miss Meal. Letting a suitcase freely roll around has got to be a safety violation. Playing shaking causes it to roll. Flying suitcase. This place can be hazardous. I'll put it back. Stay there, you. Well, looking at what's on the floor, I'm gonna do this. The hat probably used to be on the piggy bank's head. Well, let's give it a go and see. I believe this piggy bank was forcibly removed from this display case. Does this mean that the killer broke the glass to get at it? Yeah? Really? Don't tell me you don't know what things go we're in this shop. Well, I don't. Miss Rhoda is in charge of this place. Isn't that really suspicious? So come on, how should I know anything? It says that further inspection of this display case is needed. Won't rest until I've inspected every suspicious-looking nook and cranny. Glass on this door is broken. Perhaps it was the killer who broke it in order to take the piggy bank? That's a bit odd that the inside of the case is so devoid of glass shards. Plus, the glass broke rather cleanly. Ah, what is it? I touched the glass and it kept on my finger. Why would you do that? It hurts, Mr. Edgeworth, it hurts. Please tell me you can deal with such a minor cut on your own. There's definitely something very unusual about this. About what? The killer had broken the glass to get at the Captain Hugo bank. There should have been shards of glass inside the case itself. Oh, I see. Yes, I guess it'd be like that. However, there's not a single piece of glass inside the display case. Nope, there isn't. Which means that the glass was broken from the inside out. The piggy bank must have fallen over from the turbulence right through the glass. Yeah, that's for sure. There's so much glass all over the floor. I'm willing to bet that this house was knocked off its head at that time too. Yeah? That's nice. Which leads me to believe that the killer took the Captain Hugo bank from here after the turbulence. I'm awake. Take your power naps on your own time, Miss Meal. Listen to when I'm talking. Huh? But the murder occurred here before the turbulence, which rules this piggy bank out as the murder weapon. So you mean the bank's not the real murder weapon? It's a fake? Yes, at this point, that's a very real possibility. But what if when the killer went to take Captain Hugo, he broke the glass by accident? The display case is locked, so that's highly unlikely. Yeah, but there's one person who could have. Oh, and who would that be? Miss Rhoda, of course. I mean, she's the one in charge of this place, so she has the keys to everything. Mr. Rhoda Tenero, huh? Stuffed toys just like the one Miss Meal is holding are on display here. They're relatively cheap, which explains why they're displayed so haphazardly. How about a minute, Mr. Edgeworth? You know you want one too. They're great for when you're stressed. I don't envision stuffed animal abuse when she says that. Turbulence of time. Yes, there is definitely something wrong here. Huh? What's with the sudden yelling? Tell me, Miss Meal, don't you think there's something strange about these suitcases? Oh, well, sure, they totally ooze strange, like the color and such. That's not what I'm talking about. Now pay attention. You're scaring me, Mr. Edgeworth. Am I scaring you, the audience? Hope I am. Who knows? Sorry. Ahem. These suitcases are lined up too prim and proper. Yeah, they look a bit uptight, don't they? But I guess they take after their creator, hee hee. Again, that's not what I meant, Miss Meal. Don't you find it unusual that these cases are the only things undisturbed by the turbulences? Undisturbed by the turbulence? Never mind. I'd sooner find an answer by inspecting these suitcases myself. Upon closer inspection, they really are quite hideous. Tee hee. I wonder how Miss Rhoda would have reacted if she heard what you just said. What's wrong? He makes a good point. It would be wise of me not to watch out what I say out loud. What's this? I spotted something that's not quite right. What is so unusual about this suitcase? Something very peculiar about these wheels. Huh? As in, there are no stoppers in its place on these. Without stoppers, one would think that the turbulence would have sent it flying. And so it is very likely that this suitcase was placed here after we hit that turbulence. Let's take a closer look at it, shall we? Yeah. What's this here? What's this? The wheel is completely covered in something. It's color and the scent. It appears the substance in question is grape juice. Why would there be juice on the wheel of a suitcase? Oh, you didn't think about that, sir? But it appeared to be unlocked. Let's take a look at what's inside. Piece of cloth. And it's soaked with blood. It's blood! It appears that this suitcase is very strongly tied to our murder after all. So explain this to me. What does this suitcase have to do with the murder? I believe it's pretty safe to say that the killer used this suitcase in some manner. So much to move something, perhaps? But aren't you talking about the cloth inside then? That alone is too small. A larger item would be needed to move what I'm thinking of. Something that would fit inside a suitcase that is also covered in blood. Sounds like a dead body, doesn't it? But, in light of this, I'd say that Mr. Hicks was moved into the elevator from someplace else. Which means that the murder was committed in an entirely different location. So you're saying that after moving the body into the elevator, the killer brought the suitcase in here and just left it? Exactly. What is it? Nothing. Just that. I was thinking about what Miss Rhoda said about coming in here for something. Excuse me, Mr. Edgeworth. I wanted to give you a bit more time, but I'm afraid I wasn't able to convince the captain. I'm very sorry, Mr. Edgeworth, but the captain feels that he has allowed you ample time. He says that he'd appreciate it if you could wrap up here and return to your seat. I understand his sentiments. However, I'm not allowed to complete my investigation. The crime scene may become contaminated by the time we land. If I must stop, then I insist I be allowed to oversee the preservation of the 2 sites. Under your supervision, of course. If that's your only condition, then I believe we can accommodate your wishes. I'm here to assist in any way that I can, Mr. Edgeworth. Bowie. Sounds like fun. We can camp out and watch over everything together. Oh, it would just be like something out of... No, somebody give me s'mores. More s'mores. More s'mores. More s'mores. Found proof that the real crime scene was not in the lounge. And I have enough evidence to prove myself to be innocent of any wrongdoing. And yet, regarding what Miss Meal reminded me about Miss Nero, can't allow my investigation to end here. The truth must come to light. To be continued. I'll save my progress. Middle airport arrival. Alright. Oh no, he's here. Well, I'm just going to take a little restroom intermission, so after these messages, I'll be right back. Hopefully now. Oh no. Why is he back here? thought you were the one. Alright. But again, why is he here? Or 12:01 p.m. local time, Hope Springs Airport. I know that once we had landed, I'm supposed to let the local police take over. Thanks to Miss Zanero and Miss Meal, I was able to preserve the crime scene. But I can't just shake it. I wasn't able to talk with Miss Zanero in private. So I'm left wondering just what was she up to? Why did she do what she did? There must be a way for me to continue my investigation. I've been expecting you, Miles Edgeworth. I need to work on my German. Franziska, I thought you were still in Germany. This song, I love it so much. This song is so classic. What are you doing, Miles? Oh, I'm just listening to this great music. And I thought you were done with this game. Hello there, calculator one. I am now going to do a horrible German accent. I go where I am needed, and wherever there are criminals to be caught. Her name is Franziska von Karma, the daughter of my mentor, Manfred von Karma, the most hated man in this universe. She, like myself, is the prosecutor. Are you heading up this case? It would be a bit of a relief if you are. Don't you try to flatter me, Miles Edgeworth. I'm placing you under arrest. What? Hey there, Kayento. And Yo. Nice to see you too. It's quite frustrating, actually. I had hoped to accept my revenge on you in a different venue. But I'll have to take what I can get. I never thought I'd see the day when a disciple of the House of Von Karma would become a criminal. Have you no shame? And thank you for that. Wait, this has all been a big misunderstanding. I didn't kill the victim. I swear it, this is the second time I've been framed for murder. I tell you, this is weird. Misunderstanding? I heard all about the murder over the police radio from the captain himself. He waited for the victim on the first floor, then beat him to death. Franziska, do you honestly believe that I killed the man? I suppose I should reserve judgment until after I have investigated this for myself. Naughty Miles. How dare you? Go sleep over there for all I care. I can put you under your arrest on hold until then. That's as it should be. Ha! I don't need a lecture on how to perform my duties from you, of all people. To be perfect in every way. The fulfillment of that creed alone is all that I strive for. Well, I have my own creed, which I must fulfill. So why don't we solve this together? You have to get going. The crime scene awaits. Don't you dare leave town. Trust me, I had no intention to. Detective Gumshoe. Yes, sir. Too slow. Ah! Ow! Listen up. I'm leaving you in charge of watching this man. Don't mess up, understand? Oh, Mr. Edgeworth. I'm supposed to guard him. A simple yes or no, detective. Ah, yes, sir. Understood, sir. You just leave it to me. Whew. Miles Edgeworth, if you interfere with my investigation, I'll arrest you on the spot. Are we clear? Now then, if you will excuse me, get up. Good to see you again, Mr. Edgeworth, sir. Boy, am I glad to see you that you're okay. Thank you, detective. I believe in you, sir. You can lean on me. I'll get you through this. I have to admit I'm a bit curious as to what Franziska is up to. Maybe I should ask the good detective. Very well. In that case, I have a few questions for you. This Sonra Hawks. By the way, why isn't this man in jail yet? Looking from behind, I think I've seen this man somewhere before. And he should be in jail. He should be in jail. Yum, 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 yum. It's over here in Russia. We're like selling pouches eat you. Sorry about that. That was just... I had just to go outside and... That's... Found it, lol! Oh, I feel a wave of creative powers coming on. It's over 9,000! Lols. for my next lead movie. It's gonna be the Steel Samurai, warrior of Neo Old Tokyo, versus the World Samurai, champion of Earth. Oh, it's gonna rock through so many boxers. So the Steel Samurai is finally getting a movie. Can I just leave this airport? Yeah. Yeah, I want to leave this airport. Right now, stat. Yeah. 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 Okay. Hey there, London. Flight cancelled. So, how's the initial investigation going? We just shipped the body off to the coroner's office, and we're taking statements now, sir. That sounds like Franziska. She was always good at quick responses to a case. I'd say she was a little too quick, sir. Oh, how so? I rushed on over as soon as I got word of the affair, sir. But somehow, when I got here, Miss Von Karma was already here barking out orders at everyone. It was kind of creepy, as though she knew that there had been a murder or something, and I had to come in advance to wait your flight's arrival. That is sort of odd. She did show up rather quickly, and out of the blue. Plus, I still don't know why she's here in America. There must be some backstory to all of this. Miss Von Karma just kind of popped out at the prosecutor's office about a week ago, sir. Something about chasing down leads related to a certain incident. No details? It's kind of top secret, so she can't talk about it, even with me, sir. Knowing her, the only type of talking she likes to do is with her whip. Oh, snap! Plus, I doubt that top secret part was what stopped her from talking to you, Detective. Although, I wonder if her case has anything to do with mine. Anyway, that's all about the information I have, sir. We should find out more as we investigate. Yes, it is high time to resume my investigation. Starting with talking to the people involved in this case afresh. Yes, sir. Detective Gumshoe, this is... Oh, is that for me? You shouldn't have, sir. It's a dead body. But I'll gladly take anything you want to give to me, including a dead body. Hands off, Detective. This item is related to the case. I mean, this body is... Ooh, so, what did you want me to ask about? Forget. I asked, Detective. It is a dead body, after all. What is that raccoon-looking thing? It looks like a tanuki, but I get your point. It's not a raccoon. It's the mascot of Go You Airlines. His name is Captain Ugo, and apparently he's supposed to be a monkey. Ooh, I'm feeling some inspiration coming on. I'm going to make a piggy bank out of the police mascot, the Blue Badger. Then whenever there's any loose change laying around the precinct, it can go in there. Sure, sounds great. As long as it isn't any of my money. So, this design, it's so postmodern, sir. Postmodern, you say? Yeah, especially this alien-shaped handle here. You can really feel a connection. A connection, right. Detective, please stop with your horrible impression of an art critic. But I was only telling you my honest feelings, sir. Aww, poor Gummy. I love this song so much. But we have to do this. Oh, what's going on over here? March 12th, 1:37 p.m. Flight G 390, second floor, first class. So you must be the captain. Why, yes I am. And who might you be? I'm the prodigy prosecutor, Franziska von Karma, and I have a few questions for you. Don't you dare, Captain, getting friendly with another woman. I'll never forgive you if you do. What are you talking about? I only have eyes for you, my dear Cammy. I wouldn't bet money on her dear Captain to be much of a reputable person. Sure you don't want to ask the Captain some questions, sir? He was in the cockpit the entire time. I highly doubt he would know anything of use. Anyway, I'd like to leave the type of witness to Franziska and her whip. Ah! And Edgeworth's like, haha. And Gumshoe's like, I'm sorry for that, dude. March 12th, 1:40 p.m. Flight G390, first floor lounge. No, see here. Ah! Sorry. I'm sorry. How long do you intend to hold me? It is impossible for me to be the criminal. I told you. Mr. LeBlanc. Oh, it is you. Tell this man to stop me from going. Time is money. I don't even have 1 second of wasteful time to spend. Did you finish taking a statement yet? Yep, all done, sir. I do not concern if you're not done examining the cargo hold. I want my cargo back. Cargo back. If you make a single scratch on my art, you will pay. Art? What sort of arts? Mr. LeBlanc's an art dealer, so he's got a bunch of artwork down in the cargo hold, sir. There's practically a mountain of them, large and small. From full costumes to stone statues, I sell all kinds of arts. Full costumes? Speaking of which, Mr. LeBlanc's hat. Kind of looks like that other piece of cloth. Mr. LeBlanc, can you please take a look at this for me? Oh, it's a Virginian cloth. As I suspected, your hat is made of the same material, I suppose. Yes, of course. This fabric is so famous, orders come from all over the seas for more. World famous export of Virginia, its beautiful pattern has been soiled by blood. And this is the cargo you were talking about earlier? No. My cargo this time is much many gigantic. You detective, when can I have my cargo moved? You can get your cargo back when we're done investigating, pal. The stubbornness of you police, it is no good. It is no good that the attendant refuses to exit the attendant's room too. That attendant? What if he's talking about Miss Tenero? What did he mean by that attendant, Mr. LeBlanc? She was taken into the attendant's room for an interview. Then they still have not to come out. They make no sign of coming out either. I was finished with my own interview much earlier, quicker than her. Why is Miss Tenero's interview the only one that's taking up so much time? Miles Edgeworth, you were given free rein to examine the plane, weren't you? Yes, I was able to obtain the cooperation of the flight attendants. Speaking of attendants, I'd like to speak with Miss Tenero. Wonder if you might grant me permission to enter the flight attendant's room? Before I do, you still have to clear up a few issues surrounding your own circumstances. I understand. You may have tricked those attendants with your sophisticated talking, but you can't pull the wool over my eyes, Miles Edgeworth. This is logic. Let's not complicate things and go with the most obvious conclusion, that this music rocks in the background. The scene of the crime was here, in the very lounge the body was discovered. From the time the victim was seen calling for an attendant until his body was found, the only person in this lounge the entire time was you, Miles Edgeworth. This unmistakably makes you the likeliest suspect. The likeliest suspect, Franziska. Do you have a problem with that? What about most likely? No, but it's not like you to use such vague wording. You're usually a bit more absolute. I'm simply trying to watch out for you. Or is it my kindness too hard for you to comprehend? Thank you, but your leniency is unnecessary, for I will prove my innocence soon enough. If I want to continue my investigation, I'll have to break your line of logic fast. So tell me, Franziska, do you know all there is to know about the crime scene? I know all that I need to know in order to arrest you. Nothing more? Are you saying there is more that I need to know? Ah! Why did you hit me, sir? Sorry, you Scruffy. My hand must have slipped. It would appear that Franziska doesn't have all the facts of this case yet. Wag. Would appear that you did not have all the information you needed after all. And what does that mean? Found a nice piece of evidence just before I was forced to stop investigating. A piece that proves that the body was moved from a different location. The sun still rocks, it really rocks. The killer used a suitcase to move the victim's body, meaning that the real scene of the crime is not in this lounge at all. Yardy! Now who's the one rashly jumping to conclusions? Excuse me? All you did was find this piece of cloth inside the suitcase. That doesn't prove that the body was moved. It could be that the killer simply chose that suitcase as a good place to hide the cloth. I expected you would come to that conclusion. It would seem I can't escape that easily. You should know better than that. Avant Karma is perfect in every way. But do you know that the killer definitely wheeled the suitcase around at some point? Yari! As if there is any proof of that. Is it proof that the suitcase was moved around? The spilled grape juice in front of the elevator. The elevator. Yes, and I'd like to draw your attention to this area here. This mark here. Wouldn't you say that it looks suspiciously like tracks from two wheels? I suppose. Further, there's also grape juice residue on the wheels of the suitcase. This means that the suitcase containing the victim's body definitely passed through here. I suppose this means that the killer did move the victim's body from somewhere else. I'm glad you've come to your senses. Yari! Not so fast. This still doesn't put you in the clear. Not by a long shot. Francisca's Logic, Part 2. You prepared yourself and acquired the piggy bank before the plane hit the turbulence. And then you waited for the victim in the lounge where you beat him to death. Then while you were in the elevator when the victim's body stepped into the suitcase, the plane hit that patch of turbulence and flew the body from within the suitcase. With no way out, you hastily put the suitcase back where you had taken it from, and pretended to be the discoverer of the body. Not a bit of logic, or something you thought of on the fly. Just what are you insinuating? That I will show you exactly how flawed your logic is. No matter how strong of a face you put on, not even you can hide your fears from me. I'll expose the flaws in your logic in one fell swoop. I was about to say sloop. But this certainly Rick says so. Something else. Yari! The fact that you took this piece of evidence into account in your testimony is to be commended. Your legal prowess is certainly something to be feared. Evidence and logic. Essential tools that those who would stand in a courtroom must be learned to master. But what if there was a fake piece of evidence thrown into the mix? A fake? This Captain Hugo Piggybank is just such a fake. It is not the real murder weapon. What? What? The timing of when the bank was taken from the shop is important. And it was taken after the turbulence had occurred. But what about the blood in the bank? What do you make of that? I assume that it was added after the murder when the killer fabricated this weapon. Sorry, I was thinking about chuzzing it up there. That metal piano riff was too groovy. Looking at it this way, the killer basically did three things after the turbulence. After exiting the elevator, the killer brought the suitcase to the shop and left it there. Then the killer proceeded to pick up the bank from off the floor and took it to fabricate a fake murder by hitting the victim on the head. Finally, the victim's wallet was planted on my personage, in my pocket to be precise. Planted on my personage in my pocket to be precise. Planted on my personage in my pocket to be precise. Planted on my personage in my pocket to be precise. Planted on my personage in my pocket to be precise. Planted on my personage in my pocket to be precise. Woo! Everything was done so that I would be framed for the murder of Mr. Ekby Hicks. You there? Yes, ma'am. Other than this piggy bank, was anything else resembling a murder weapon found? We didn't find anything in this lounge or in the shop that could be used as one, ma'am. Most of the items that could have been used were broken during the turbulence. And the remaining items all tested negative for any trace of blood. I see. Well, my little Edgeworth, it appears that your stall tactics are at an end. But it's possible that it's just hidden somewhere, sir. Eek! Eek! If the criminal had wanted to hide the weapon in a safer place, I think that the weapon would have been hidden in the same place as the bloody cloth. Exactly what I was thinking. Because the cloth was hidden inside that suitcase, it signals to me that the killer had not prepared a more secure place to hide the evidence. Which means that the real murder weapon is either still in the murderer's personage, or it is still at the real crime scene. Yari! There is one more possibility. And that would be? That is that the piggy bank is in fact the real murder weapon. But didn't we just... Let me finish. The killer took the bank out of the display case before the turbulence by opening the lock on the display case door. That indeed was at that time that the glass pane in the door was broken. I see that's a perfectly reasonable line of reasoning, wouldn't you? Let's see, so that means that the killer had the key to the display case. Francisca, the person you're talking about... Not so fast, I'm not finished. The person I'm talking about also committed another sin. She tricked the captain and granted you permission to conduct your investigation. Yes, it is a sin of lying. Speaking of which, I recall that you also wished to speak with her. Yes. Very well. Permission granted. But only if I can sit in on your interrogation. Do we understand each other? I have no intention of interrogating her. But you are welcome to accompany if you so wish. Miss De Niro is in the flight attendant's room. Let's move. Come on, Mr. Edgeworth, let's move. Sorry, I heard let's bounce. Let's bounce to this music. Meanwhile, let's make LeBlanc do this all over again. Pew pew pew. March 12th, 2:23 p.m. Flight G30, first floor, flight attendant's room. So you're the one who poked around inside this plane without the captain's permission. Deviating from the flight attendant's manual is very unbecoming, you know. What were you hoping to accomplish by doing that? Miss De Niro. Ah, Mr. Edgeworth, you're here too? Can you please help us and shed some light on why you did what you did? Oh, all right. Why did you lie about receiving the captain's permission like that? Because I didn't think I would be able to get his permission. What do you mean? The captain, he only has ears for Cammy. I spoke with the captain a little earlier myself. He definitely seems to be rather taken with Miss Meal. And yes, and on top of that, I had mistakenly accused Mr. Edgeworth of being the killer. I wanted to make amends. In that case, please allow me to thank you for what you did. Thanks to you, I was able to clear myself of all charges. Really? You were able to prove your innocence? Oh, thank goodness. Miss De Niro, is it? There's one more thing I'd like to ask you. You were in the in-flight shop just before the turbulence, weren't you? Please answer honestly. Yes, I was. Why were you there? Well, Why the sudden hesitation? Francisca seems to have struck a nerve. All I did was go check up on the shop like I always do. You're saying it was for work, then? Yes, I'm in charge of the shop, so I have to keep an eye on it. I don't have any reason to go there otherwise. After your visit to the shop, you paid the visit to this room, correct? Yes, I came back to freshen up and adjust my makeup. I'm sorry, but there isn't much else to tell. Mr. Nero claims to have no reason other than duty to go to the shop. But is that all there is to it? Maybe I should ask her about that thing. Oh boy. If you could please take a look at this for me, Miss De Niro. Oh, that suitcase. Yes, about the suitcase. You were the one who designed it, correct? And I think I figured something else about it. Something else, and I think I figured something else, and I think I figured something else out about it. This suitcase is the reason why you went to the shop, isn't it? There's nothing you wouldn't find out eventually, is there? Won't you please tell me more about this suitcase? Yes, I was interested in seeing how the suitcases I had designed were selling. I know that as a service professional, I'm not supposed to care, but I really wanted to know. And I was glad to see that it was the last one there. The last one there? So you're saying, Miss Nero, the suitcase in question was the last one? Yes, they're just so popular, they're practically flying off the shelves. That's not exactly the impression that I got. Never had to, knock on wood, but I know that someone has, which makes me wonder if I could, which makes me wonder if I never had to, knock on wood, and I'm glad I haven't yet, which makes me, because I know it isn't good. That's the impression that I got. Do 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 do. The one in the shop is most definitely the last one. Well, we're currently looking at that suitcase. Really? Then I guess we sold all of them. Thank you very much for taking the last one. I didn't say anything about buying it. Then say you'll buy it. I'm sorry, I can't. Huh? But why? I think it'd go great with your complexion, Mr. Edgeworth. It really suits you. I guarantee it personally as a service professional. Well, that is, how should I put this? It's hideous. Edgeworth, you are not the smoothest or discreet person ever. What? Maybe that was a bit too direct. Moving on. My issue with the suitcase isn't the design. It's the number of them remaining. Remaining? There were 2 suitcases in the in-flight shop when I investigated it. 2? But that's impossible. I'm sure there was only 1. Looks like her story has generated quite the contradiction. When I left the shop, I'm positive there was only 1 suitcase left. Something is amiss here. What could be the meaning of this inconsistency? By the way, Miss Nero, what is one of those suitcases doing here? I thought you said there was only 1 left. That one is, it's mine. I used it for a very long time now. You used it for a very long time? I think not. Mr. Nero, I appreciate it if you wouldn't lie to me. Excuse me? I don't believe for even one second that you've used this for a very long time. What proves that this hasn't been used for nearly as long as Miss Nero says? $1,200 for a suitcase that peculiar? Yeah, right. Tell me, Miss Nero, is it also your habit to keep the price tag pristine on your suitcase? Again, 1,200? What? What is the meaning of this? Why would you lie about your suitcase? Despite having faith in her design sense, the sales numbers made her cry bitter tears. cry bitter tears. The truth is becoming increasingly clear to me. Mr. Nero, I think I understand. I know what you are trying to hide. Seeing how the price tag is still on the suitcase, one can only assume that it was on the floor for sale in the shop. And the person who bought this suitcase was... It was you, wasn't it, Miss Nero? I hate to say this, but this suitcase that you designed, it hasn't sold very well, has it? That's a sharp burn, but I'll accept it. You saw how poorly this design that you poured your heart into was selling. You were deeply hurt. That's why you wanted to make it look like it was something it was selling by buying it yourself. But jeebers, how much money do you have, girl? I mean, you're a flight attendant, but geez, isn't that right? Then the reason you went to the shop and came back here was... I'm sorry. All I really have is my job. I was overjoyed when my design was chosen. I thought that maybe I had finally accomplished something. But the suitcases didn't sell. It's because of the design, isn't it? All because it's, as you put it, hideous. All because it's, as you put it, hideous. I can't say they chose a great place in which to sell them either. I mean, what is the design of this place anyways? They have luxury business, first class business economic. Then there's this lounge here. And what next? A cargo hold? How huge is this plane? We weren't selling a single one. They were just sitting there collecting dust. I felt so bad seeing them there, day in and day out. So I decided to buy one for every flight I worked. Jeebers, how much money does this girl have? You buy one every single time you work at a flight? I see. So in order to keep your resolution, you went and bought one today as well. Yes, and here is my receipt for that purchase. The receipt is clearly timestamped 5:40 a.m. Suitcase receipt, Judd. Dated John and my organizer. Truth is, there's still a bunch of them left unsold. We're planning to scrap the remaining ones at the end of this flight. Aw, poor girl. Mr. Nero, where are the other suitcases? They should all be down in the cargo hold. Then the suitcase the killer used could very well have been from the cargo hold. Mr. Edgeworth, you don't think that the killer used one of my suitcases too? Yes, I do. The killer used one of your beloved suitcases to move the victim's body. Ah! How could they? Those suitcases were meant to be faithful partners to our passengers on their trips. That's all I ever wished for them to be. Mr. Nero, is there any other way to get to the cargo hold other than the elevator? The only other way is just through that door there. And what about security? The door has no special lock installed because just to enter this room, you need a special keycard that only crew members have access to, which means that the culprit is someone who can enter this room, eliminating the passengers, leaving only crew members as potential suspects. Thank you for the follow, Eveline Rabbit, and nice to see you too. Apparently I have 1,638 followers. Alright, that's over. Yep. Yep, and that's definitely interesting. And thank you so much for all of the followers so far. But if I turned around that 3 and a 1 and a 6, you know what that means. I'm thinking about a certain Steve Austin there, but I guess that can't happen for a while. Eliminating the passengers and leaving only crew members as potential suspects. I can't believe it. Hold it. Yes, Franziska? Going on these wild goose chases, you're a disgrace to the Von Karma name. What do you mean by that? The suitcase came from the cargo hold. That fact alone tells us the whole story. Yes, which is why I said the culprit must be a crew member who used their keycard. Well, Edgeworth, you're proposing that the killer rode the elevator from the cargo hold, correct? Yes, that's the only realistic possibility. And thank you, MGAOP, for the following as well. That other attendant, Miss Meal. I asked her earlier, and she had this to say. Francisca got information out of Miss Meal? I mean, that's a shocker. In order to make the elevator go down to the cargo hold, a different keycard is required. A different one? Yes, and the only person who holds that particular card is you, Miss Rhoda Tenero, and only you. Ah! What? Is this true, Miss Tenero? Yes, I keep that keycard in my locker at all times. Could you please show us that card right now? Yes, hold on. Ah! I don't believe it! What's wrong? The keycard! It's gone! Ha ha ha! Very clever! Pretending that your card was stolen, when in fact you're trying to hide it from us. You've really thought this through. Well, wait, it's not like that! You can tell us all about what it's like down at the station. Officer, arrest this woman! Yes, ma'am. Mr. Edgeworth. What's wrong? There's disbelief written all over your face. Francisca, I know that you're the lead investigator on this case, however... Hold it! Don't even think about wasting any more of my time. You know the rules as well as I do. You know the rules, and so do I. You know this game we've kind of, you know the game, and you're going to play it. I'm just about to tell you how I'm feeling. Got to make you understand. Never gonna give you up. Never gonna make you cry. Never gonna do this and desert you. I forget the rest of this song. I don't know how the rest of that Rick Ashley song goes. Hold on. Yeah. We're no strangers to love. You know the rules, and so do I. Of all commitments of what I'm thinking of, you won't get this from any other prosecutor. I just want to tell you how I'm feeling. Got to make you understand. Never gonna give you up. Never gonna let you down. Never gonna run around and desert you. Never gonna make you... I'm always going to make you cry. I'm always going to say goodbye. Never gonna lie, tell a lie, or hurt you. Well, probably I'm going to lie. I'm probably going to hurt you with my whip. Evidence speaks louder than words. More than words is all enough to say that I love you. I'm thinking of that stupid Extreme song. Even if this isn't a courtroom, that basic tenet still applies. I intend to investigate the cargo holds now. What will you do, Miles Edgeworth? I intend to do likewise. But to be continued for the next episode. Alright, so this has been Dry Oasis. I've been your host. Well, these have been my two co-hosts, Kirby and Snorlax. Well, I guess I could just speak to everyone a little bit. Maybe. I have about 3 minutes left on my prompter, so say goodbye, Kirby and Snorlax. Bye. And as always, I hope that you've had a great day, and if not, I hope that the rest of your days have. I hope the rest of your day has been better, or tomorrow's been better. I hope that the rest of your day is better, or tomorrow's better for you. And yeah, let's see here. What did you think about this, Kirby? And you, Snorlax? Well, yeah. A murder up there 1,000 feet in the air. That is just something else, isn't it? Okay, let's see here. But yeah, so one little over 1,600 right now. That's amazing. And 3 subscribers. I can't thank you all enough for watching this so far. And I'll need to find the, let's see here. Definitely need to find and give a whisper to anyone. So yeah. I hope that this has been a crazy day, full of murder and such. Let's see here. Tomorrow, I'm definitely going to continue off a long-awaited Hades playthrough, so I hope that you're here. I've been meaning to do something spooky and scary for around this Halloween time. And what else for the next few days other than just spook your pants off with something truly scary. So I'll see what I can do for around the rest of these Halloween days, so I can make things spooky and scary for this show of the Halloween adventure. Maybe play some Sonic Generations, maybe? I definitely need to figure out what I'm going to do for schedule here and there. So, yeah. Let's see what I can work with. Alright, let's see here. Alright. Alright. Okay, I just need to dump this a little bit through. Alright, I'm just going to do this right thing here. So yeah, once again, I hope that you've had a great day, and if not, I hope the rest of your day has been better, or tomorrow is better for you. Take care, and I will see you all later. Bye-bye. And now to end the stream.